Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
One of the first things that stood out to me when we were sitting here Monday morning was Andy going over and over about what his mission here was to just drill into our heads of what are we gonna be when we leave this class? What are we gonna be to our teams, to our employees, to the people around us when we go back to our facilities? And starting with the, are you direct and truthful? Are you someone who does not represent yourself or misrepresent yourself? Who are we gonna be? So bearing that in mind, as I've been taking a few notes, a few of the things that stand out is servant leadership. What is servant leadership? It's every day when I show up, it's looking at my employees and asking myself, what do they need and how do I fulfill that? That's really what's standing out to me so far is, how do I do that every single day? Now, my team's not here, it's just us here, so when I come here every morning, I have to think to myself, what do I need to do today to better myself, so when I do get back there and I'm working with my team, I have the skills, the ability, and the tools to help them to fulfill their needs. A couple other things, yeah, I take notes. Roles and responsibilities. I've come to the conclusion that while I'm told that I do a fairly good job at work, I don't quite yet understand my role at work, and I need to fine-tune that. Servant leadership is part of it. Team building is part of it. Conflict resolution is going to be part of it too, as we had that yesterday, where we learned the different styles of conflict resolution, whether it was accommodating or collaborating or avoiding. Now, I discovered in the testing that I prefer the collaborative approach, but I also noticed that my second lowest score was for the avoiding. I would prefer to avoid it, but if I have to deal with it, I'd like a collaborative approach. So I think one of the things that's going to be most helpful to me is when I get back, I want to have my team do the same thing so we can figure out if there's a problem, how can I best resolve it with them? Because what do they like? Are they the avoiding type? Are they the compromising type? Are they the competing type? Am I just going to have to come in and be like, this is how it's going to work? Or can I come alongside them and collaborate? I learned about our escalation process, okay? How we don't currently have one in place at my facility. But in the escalation process, if a line goes down, I need to know within 5 minutes. If I can't fix it within the 15-minute mark, I need to escalate it to the quality. If they can't do it by the half-hour mark, they need to go above them. We need to get engineers involved. In our current practice at our facility, we don't have that. If we have a problem, we immediately just go get quality. Okay? Well, quality is busy. I know that my quality guy, when we all leave for the day, he's still there for another three hours because he's trying to get caught up. So if we can put this escalation process in place, we can free him up throughout the day to actually get caught up and do what he needs to do. So as we were going through what the roles on the back wall over there, all the sticky notes, what the role of the team lead was, and how we had safety, 5S, productivity, cost, abnormal, and HR, how everything went into productivity and abnormal. And if I can free up more things for other people to accomplish, then we can start removing some of those post-it notes, and we can actually start getting on developing and moving over into safety, moving our resources, which is our man hours, into 5S. So it's like a light at the end of the tunnel. It's showing me that there is something there that we can do. Yesterday, we learned about personalities. I found some rather interesting things about my personality type and some of the words that were associated with my personality type, which I particularly did not like. So yesterday when I got back to my hotel, I called my dad and I read all those words to him, and I called my best friend and I read all those words to her, and And they were like, yeah, they're right. You're just gonna have to get over it. So, as unpleasant as it was, it did reveal a lot to me. I guess the word that I really didn't like the most was pessimist. It says I'm a pessimist. Well, I always thought I was an optimist, or a bit of a realist, but one of the things that I've discovered in what we did in learning our personality type, even though I might be a bit of a pessimist and I might not be the most enthusiastic person, especially at 7 o'clock in the morning when Andy's yelling, "Good morning, everybody," I am determined, I persevere, and I have the ability to learn. So that right there ensures that at the end of the day, I'm still gonna move the ball forward, and I'm still gonna go home with my head held high. Thank you.
Great job. Great job.